Well, hey y'all, and welcome to the Hillbilly Chicken Ranch. I am Susan, your hostess. Our time is really starting to shoot up now. Um, it's getting a little long on some of those, so it's doing really well. We're going to get that moved into another spot here within a week or two, and hopefully it will thrive from year to year. This is hashtag Garden Tour Club and hashtag Weird Container Garden containers. I can't remember exactly how it is now. I'm sorry, Gail. I'm having a little problem with my brain today. Both are hosted by Gail Southern Living. We also have hashtag GrowBig24 hosted by GrowBig TV and hashtag Store to Garden Grow hosted by Blackberry Rock and Luann's Kitchen. That's all happening in our garden this year. So y'all hang around. You're going to see a lot of gardening videos in the near future. Well, our miniature rose has decided to bloom, and it is beautiful. We got a couple of buds over there and a lot of mint all the way around our miniature rose. And the hostas are really starting to show out at this point. Our marigolds are coming right along, and I will be actually thinning these out and planting them elsewhere in my garden as well. And there's the last one. I have got a lot of weeding to get done out here, y'all. It has been so rainy we can't get out in the garden to do much of anything. But we have our lilies getting ready to explode with their beauty. And we have a lot of lilies here, so I'm excited about that. Our Japanese irises have died back. The cardboard underneath our containers over here has been saturated by rain. Our rosemary is still trying to produce, and I may actually throw another pack of seeds in that. I don't know yet. But this is my weird container growing bathtubs and my sink. And then we're using these purple mineral buckets. These are cattle mineral buckets for our onions. And our dill did not do well in this, but we may try to plant some more dill later on. This is onions and leeks or scallions. I'm not sure which. My tags have faded on me, y'all. And then this one is a companion plant with spinach or lettuce, and I'm leaning towards spinach. Still no muscari, and our ginger root has not emerged yet. This is onions and lettuce, and it's doing quite well. We saw our first snake out here the other day, out in the road actually, so I'm being very careful stepping into high weeds. We have some asparagus starting to show in this bed, and beets everywhere. We've got beets. This is the radishes and some onions. Our carrots and onions are doing very, very well. I am not going to thin those carrots. They're not that close together. I think we will be fine with that. And this is my older bed of asparagus, and it is over my head now, y'all, with the asparagus fronds. I need to get out here and clean this out as well, but like I said, it has been raining and we have not had a chance to do much of anything. And this is our onions and broccoli, and it's doing very, very well. Our little basket that we picked up at a thrift store is doing very well, along with all the little seedlings that we planted in there. That's going to be flowers. This one dumped over. I'm not expecting to get anything out of it. But it's got an interesting mushroom that has come up in several of my pots. So I have placed a description on my community tab to that strange looking fungus growing there. And this is one of the two chicken and hens, and it's doing very, very well. This is the big Grow Big TV section here, the hashtag GrowBig24. And I've labeled all my fire rings that we're using for planters this year with the type of plants that are in each and every one of them. This first one is beets, and we've already got signs of the beets coming up. So I'm really excited to show you that. These are the Detroit dark red beets. This next one is Peter peppers, and I'm not seeing any peppers. Well, I take that back. That right there might be a Peter pepper. So we've got Peter peppers planted in this fire ring. And I will be companion planting all of this. This next one will be the Dr. Weitch's yellow tomatoes. And right there we've got a couple of little sprouts coming up. And I think the heat of the day and all of this rain has really helped all of these come about. This fire ring is the mammoth sunflower, the gray stripe. And we have sunflowers coming up. So I'm excited to see those. I love sunflowers. And this is the watermelon radish. And we have loads and loads of watermelon radish, and we've also got some store-bought onions that I have taken and planted along with this as a companion plant, hoping that they will come back. I want to get those tops just covered up slightly because the rain has knocked a lot of that dirt off of them. So you'll pardon me while I do a little bit of gardening here, but I want to make sure that those are covered so that they will spring back. Okay, so I had some bunching onions that I picked up at the Amish community, and I took the onions, cut the onion part off, saved the root stock, planted that, and I took all the greens and I made dehydrated scallions for our pantry. So I got 3 different products out of that one little purchase. But those are looking really, really good, those radishes. And this last one is Black Beauty zucchini. And I'm looking, because I don't think I planted too many of them. I'm not seeing any of them coming up yet, but I'm going to give them a few days to really germinate, and we should start seeing some zucchini in that bed. All of these beds here are planted with horse manure compost. Now, I did find some biochar in there, so we really didn't have to add anything to that soil, and it was really rich and great for planting in for raised bed. All of our planters also have straw in the bottoms of them to help fill in, and that will compost down as the plants grow and the season goes along, creating new soil. We are at our strawberries, and they are looking so good, y'all. We have strawberries, and I'm telling you, they're huge. They're getting very, very big. Just loaded with strawberries here. And I'm hoping that the onions that we're planting and garlic will help keep the slugs and bugs away from our strawberries as well. And This one doesn't seem to have as many strawberries on it, although it does have some. We are really, really thrilled. I think we planted 50 plants of strawberries. This is the last of the sweet potatoes that we planted. I got a fly out here bothering me. All the flies and the mosquitoes have gotten really bad. These are starting to come out. I did chit the potatoes, and that's C-H-I-T, chit the potatoes, and got them started rooting a little bit before I stuck them in the dirt. Something is eating on our sweet potato leaves, but we got to wait till they are big enough to fill in the rest of the tub before we plant our companion plant, which will be either onions or garlic. And then we have more sweet potatoes here. And this is our red potatoes. These are actually store-bought potatoes that we bought and had in our winter pantry, and they started to seed, so I decided to plant them. My husband's going to get out here and finish filling in the barrels, and then I can plant some onions or some garlic along with those. And I think it's onions that I plant with these, I'm not sure. And it looks like I had something in there eating on that one, but we'll figure that out. Okay, we're at the straw bales, and these straw bales I'm going to show you. I'm just going to dig my fingers in here. Look at that. That is just rich, rich soil now. And I can just go in there, dig a hole, and put my plants in, and they will stay moist and be well nourished throughout the season. This first bucket is sage. It's not doing real well either, and I'm hoping to get it growing better than this. I've never had this much bad luck with sage or basil or rosemary. The oregano is right there, and that's a basil right there. This is a rhubarb, and from what I understand, you're supposed to cover your rhubarb and you'll get a better crop, but I haven't covered it. I'm coming around some plants. Here is some more oregano, nasturtium. I got a couple of nasturtium there coming up. Mystery plant because I lost my label. This is the amaranth. That's what survived out of that big tray of amaranth. Hoping to get that planted soon. This is chamomile and a weed. We don't need the weed in there. And this is the lemon balm. My chives are just pitiful. No lavender yet. I've got lavender there and there. This is calendula. This is cilantro, parsley, no sundrop irises, but we got lots and lots of those unique little fungi growing in the pot. These are Roma tomatoes, y'all. And we have, let me see if I can get it in the picture there. We have Roma tomatoes growing already, y'all. So we've got 24 of those Roma tomato plants. There's another tomato right in there. We've got 24 of those. This is one of those ornamental peppers. It's bouquet hot peppers. And these are bell peppers we bought at the Amish community. We paid 75 cents a plant. And I think we bought 12 plants. We got them into our hay bales along with some garlic store-bought garlic, and that's going to be part of the store-to-garden grow with Miss Luann. And the hay bales, we've done them in the past. They did pretty good. First year we did them, we kind of understood what we were doing. The second year, so this is even better. I got a little bit of blue flax coming up, and I've lost my label on that one. I don't know what that is. There is the one that I had taken a picture of on my community tab. Interesting how they come up with all that rain we had. This is basil, I believe. Yeah, that's basil. And there's my one and only bluebell. These are onions of some sort. That's, I want to say that's sage. There's some more onions there. Basil. And I forgot what I planted in that one. We'll know more as they come up. Here's another interesting little basket that I've got some marigolds growing in. So this whole section here is tomatoes. And I've got them set up in different buckets and varieties. There's 3 purple heirloom, and then there's 3 pink heirloom in the middle, with aromas on either side of that. And I have companion planted all of those with onions or something. And I've got 2 down here and another one of our weird container growing. And these are being grown in those. Those are rims for cars, y'all. I have got tomatoes everywhere out here. That rain has really helped my plants, I'm telling you. I was getting worried about them because they were kind of looking a little peaked, but they're looking pretty good. So I've got tomatoes everywhere, and that's some borage in there with those tomatoes. And I haven't planted, may have planted something else in here with these tomatoes, I'm not sure, but they will all be producing pretty soon some healthy looking tomatoes. So far it's keeping those tomato green hornworms away. So there's some borage down there. I've got some marigolds. Looks like I got marigolds and onions in that one. And they are looking very, very healthy. This is my cabbage. And I planted giant garlic bulbs in with the cabbage. And this one. And this one has dill, giant garlic, and 2 of my cabbage plants. So I've got 2 cabbage plants in each of those. This is my lonely little daylily. I have not replanted this, hadn't potted it up or anything. Shame on me. And this is going to be turmeric. I'm hoping we get some turmeric out of this. It was organic turmeric that I bought online through Azure Standard. I'm not seeing any of it coming up yet. We're doing a little bit of bartering to get our garden done this year. So this is going to be the in-ground part of our garden, all the way back to that fence. And my husband still has to put up the outside fence to keep the chickens and ducks out of this area. So we're hoping we get a good garden in on this side. Like we got blooms and some blackberries forming on our 2 vines here. So I'm hoping we'll be able to eat these before the chickens get to them. We have about 23 of these blackberry bushes growing all along this fence line, all the way back over to our chicken coop. And this first one down here is really budding out, and we should get some blackberries out of this year. This is hashtag Garden Tour Club, hashtag Weird Container Growing, hosted by Gail Southern Living. This is hashtag Grow Big TV, hosted by Joe and Corky over at Grow Big TV. Let's say Grow Big 24, I'm sorry. And also Store to Garden Grow, hosted by Blackberry Rock Homestead and Luann's Kitchen. Thank you, friends, for coming along on my garden tour. I will see you in a week or two, and we'll see what's growing. Thank you for watching.